Welcome to The Explainer. All right, today we're diving into the narrative power behind some of the most talked about scenes in modern media, specifically in the world of boys' love or BL. We are talking about the kiss, that one single moment that can completely define a series and honestly ignite a global fandom.
So let's just ask the big question right off the bat. What is it about a kiss on screen that makes it so powerful? It can literally redefine a story and capture the hearts of millions. In any story, it's a huge turning point, right? It's the confirmation of all that buildup, the moment attraction becomes undeniable and all those hidden feelings finally come out.
And you know, sometimes a moment is so potent, it feels like it holds an entire history. Like this fan on Reddit just perfectly put it when talking about a kiss from the series Bad Buddy. They said it was packed with a whole lifetime of emotion, all just released in one single incredible instant.
So today, we're going to dissect why these moments in boys' love dramas are so much more than just simple romance. They're basically masterclasses in storytelling. We're going to look at what makes them tick, the different jobs they do in a story, and maybe, just maybe, what they're telling us about the world we live in.
Okay, let's jump right in with a scene that is widely considered legendary. And I mean even outside of the hardcore BL fandom, the rooftop kiss from the Thai series, Bad Buddy. This moment from episode 5, yeah, it's held up as something truly, truly special.
And the reaction from fans was, wow. It was immediate and it was visceral. People weren't just watching a scene, they were feeling it. You saw comments praising the raw emotion, the stunning cinematography, and of course the absolutely phenomenal all-in acting from the leads, Om and Nanan, that just made you feel like you were right there with them.
So how did they build up to this moment so perfectly? Well, it's all about the characters. As fans have pointed out so brilliantly, the two leads are perfect opposites. You've got Pat, the engineering student, who's just pure impulse. Once he figures out how he feels, boom, he acts. Then you have Prawn, the architecture student, who is meticulous, careful, and has been hiding his feelings for years. That clash is the engine that drives this entire scene.
And that's the key, right? This kiss lands so hard because it's the explosive climax of their entire shared history. It's not just about a crush, it's about a family rivalry they never asked for, a deep friendship they had to keep secret, and just years of unspoken feelings finally erupting. It is pure 100% narrative payoff.
But here's the thing, not all impactful kisses are built on that kind of massive, explosive release. Actually, they serve a huge range of purposes in a story, all depending on the characters, the plot, and the world they're in.
I mean, just look at the variety here. It's incredible. In I Told Sunset About You, you have an underwater kiss that's all about fear and confusion. It's like they're literally drowning in their feelings. Then in Taiwan's Your Name Engraved Herein, a shower kiss is just packed with desperation and hopelessness in the face of a society that won't accept them. And in Japan's My Beautiful Man, a kiss signals this secret shift in a power dynamic that is completely different in public. Every single one is a unique and powerful storytelling tool.
Okay, so now we need to move into some more complex, and let's be honest, more challenging territory. We're going to talk about a scene that has sparked years of really intense debate, the shower scene from the Thai drama Tharn type. This scene from episode 3 is probably one of the most polarizing in the entire genre. It gets brought up all the time in conversations about consent in media. The way it portrays aggression and desire is deliberately murky. But some analyses out there offer a really nuanced perspective that's rooted in the character's specific psychologies.
One really detailed analysis I came across offers a pretty unique perspective on this. And what's important is that it was written by a survivor of childhood sexual abuse. It looks at the scene through the lens of trauma and this idea of implied consent. Basically, that's a type of consent that isn't spoken out loud, but is suggested by someone's actions and the context of the situation. So this argument starts with one crucial idea. The character of Type is not a reliable narrator of his own feelings. Because of his past trauma, his words, which are often fueled by this deep-seated homophobia, are frequently the exact opposite of what his body and his real desires are showing. This analysis points to several really specific details. Right before the scene, we see Type give Tharn a look of pretty clear attraction. It also highlights that both characters are survivors of childhood abuse, which makes their understanding of intimacy and sex incredibly complicated. From this viewpoint, Type's body language, like his fists unclenching, the way he kisses back, is interpreted as physical consent even while he's verbally protesting.
In this reading, the scene becomes this really intense, messy moment for Type to start reclaiming a part of his own sexuality that was stolen from him.
So, let's be super clear here. The point of this analysis isn't to say Tharn's aggressive actions are okay. Not at all. It's about trying to understand one specific interpretation that views this scene through the lens of these characters' shared trauma. It frames the moment not as a simple violation, but as this very complex turning point in one character's incredibly difficult journey toward healing.
Okay, so what does all of this, the celebrated scenes, the diverse ones, the controversial ones, what does it all add up to? Why do these stories and these moments hit so hard? Let's pull the camera back and look at the bigger picture, at the very structure of the genre itself.
There's an academic analysis of the gay romance genre that argues these stories often work as modern growth novels. The idea is that they're not just about two people falling in love. They're actually about challenging these old, traditional, patriarchal ideas of what it even means to be a man.
And a pretty common structure seems to pop up. Step 1, the characters are up against some patriarchal system, like the family rivalry in Bad Buddy. Step 2, they're pushed into a situation together, like being roommates, where they start building intimacy through taking care of each other, which breaks down those competitive walls. And the final step? A new kind of masculinity gets built, one that's based not on being independent and competitive, but on care and solidarity.
And that kind of leaves us with one last big thought to chew on. Maybe the real power of the BL kiss and the stories that are built around them isn't just in the romance we see on screen. Maybe it's in the new, more caring, more supportive world that it helps its characters and maybe us, the audience, to imagine. What do you think?